Now, when we're talking about the treatment and the course and outcome of psychotic illness, one of the things that's important to recognize is there's a concept called kindling, that people that have frequent psychotic episodes that go either for long periods of time or untreated or come on and off their medication, that those people may have a worse outcome. Therefore, it is very important that we identify, treat, and try to prevent future episodes. So getting somebody on medications, getting them engaged in treatment, and trying to make as few episodes happen over the course of time gives them the best prognosis. One thing that's very interesting to note about our society over here in the US compared to Europe is, generally people in Europe tend to stay on the medications longer and often tend to have better outcomes, probably due in part that they stay on the long-acting shots. Here, it's very difficult to get somebody with a psychotic illness to take a long-acting shot either once every 2 weeks or once a month. Over in Europe, they have a better success based on that. Now, we're talking a little bit more about people with mental illness. And I think Joyce was reminding me earlier that she had a family member who developed some psychotic symptoms and ended up kind of presenting to an emergency department. And one of the things that we found out was it was an elderly person. And there was some concern, and I've seen this very commonly, somebody brings somebody that's elderly into the emergency department and asks, hey, this person is expressing psychotic illness. Do you think they're developing something such as schizophrenia? Do you think that they're developing, bipolar? Generally, I will say no, that people that are greater than 50 years of age very infrequently develop anything such as schizophrenia, have a difficulty, I have a difficult time imagining that they develop that. What's more likely in that age is something such as dementia. Now, one of the things I wanted to go back to is the point that psychotic illnesses are just like anything else in terms of medical illnesses. They can be, in a variety of different reasons, brought about. They can be treated a lot of different ways, and that these illnesses have successful outcomes if they're managed. One of the things that we know is that it's difficult to find out more information about psychotic illnesses, or it's hard to bring people to treatment. And one of the ways that we are going to talk about a little bit later is where you can get more information. Often I have family members come up to me and ask, where can I find out more about schizophrenia or bipolar disorder? And the first thing I'll say is there's a website and an alliance called the National Alliance on Mentally Ill, NAMI, that works for family members that have different mental illnesses. And they provide them support groups. They also provide them various resources that may help them manage their loved ones in the community. They also know what it's like to relate to going on to somebody with schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. There's another website on the web that we'll post